They were desperate to get rid of their virginity, and this was the night. They'd been skulking about near the video shop for half an hour, too scared to admit that they fancied any of the women they saw. It was the right part of Aberdeen, and they'd checked on the internet, knew how much it was going to cost, talked about it a lot. In fact, they rarely talked of anything else. At the library where he worked, Derek was known, behind his back, as Ed, short for erectile dysfunction. Tony worked in a bank and was simply called Wanker, to his face. In fact, they're both mere statistics in this story. Derek is the first of its many casualties. He and Tony just happened to be there when it began, so they deserve their moment of fame before they disappear completely. They knew prostitutes cost anything from £10 to £200, depending on where they looked and what they wanted them to do. Tonight, they'd pooled their funds. £41.17 between them. "Should be enough," said Tony. "Depends. What do you want?" "Plenty," said Tony, implying he had some specific perversions in mind, but hoping Derek wouldn't ask for details. They tossed a coin to decide who'd go first. Derek lost. "Away you go then," said Tony. "Where?" said Derek, pushing away the need to act. Tony flicked his head towards the woman across the street. She'd been standing in the semi-darkness of a doorway ever since they'd arrived. "Her," he said in a hard whisper. It was good timing. The woman took a step out into the light and looked up and down the street. She was tall, fair-haired, and gorgeous. "Bloody hell," said Derek. "Aye," said Tony. There was a pause before Derek asked, "Think £41.17's enough?" "Course it is," said Tony. "But," Derek paused, "what if she doesn't like me?" "She doesn't have to bloody like you," said Tony. "Just get on with it. She's only a bloody woman. Anyway, you're paying. What's not to like?" Derek had been hoping they wouldn't find what they were looking for. But there was no dodging it this time. And she really did look incredibly sexy. He took a deep breath, pulled his coat more tightly around him, and crossed the street.